Today we're going to begin our fifth hour focusing on patterns with the students. Let me preface this by addressing a fact that an experience most of us have when we learn a new language. We always feel that the native speaker is speaking much too fast. It's like they're saying things and I just can't pick them up. I catch certain words, but that's it. I liken it to standing on the subway platform where you have these subway trains whiffing by you and boop, 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 they're moving by. You can't see the number. You can't see the where it's going. You can't see the people in the train. It's just a big blur. Then all of a sudden a train will come and it simply stops in front of you. You're able to see it. The door open, the number of the subway, people in the subway, and you walk in. That's a lot like conversation when they first learn it. When they first have the native speaker talk to them, they're going to be, a bit shy, frustrated, embarrassed. I don't know what they're going to say. They will say something. Let's take, for example, I'm supposed to be verb ing. Are you supposed to be meeting her today? And when they first ask you that, all you're hearing is are, you, and meet. That's all you're hearing. But I know the pattern is this because I've memorized it. I fill in the blanks. I'm supposed to be meeting my friend. Now, after many times of hearing the question and answering the question, you're going to be like the person standing on the subway platform. The train is whiffing by you. It's going to come to a stop. The doors open, and you'll be in command because it's no longer sounding like they're speaking fast, but you are gaining control of yourself and your ability to hear. You'll be standing on the platform. The door opens. You're not going to give a second thought again, he's speaking too fast, because you are comfortable with the patterns. In the beginning, in each lesson, like when we studied lesson number 1 here, they say, do you want to study? And they will go, they'll take about 2 or 3 times longer to answer it than you said it. The more they say it, the more quickly they'll be able to respond. So the first 4 lessons we have identified for the students, first of all, that we have a plan. I'm not going to be coming into the classroom and, taking up their time telling them about my personal life and, politics and this types of thing. I mean, it's a pure waste of time. You're focused on the patterns. You're going to be drilling them. They're going to be talking more than you're talking in the class. They're not going to be writing things down. They're not going to be singing songs. So what have we done so far? We have made the foundation that they're becoming comfortable in asking a question and responding to a question. The first 2 sets of hours, we have established do, did, will as the question marker. In lesson 3, we've tried to get them comfortable with the verb to be in the question. So, do, did, will. Are you, were you, will you be, right? And in the 4th hour, which we had yesterday, we explained the anomalies. These are the different ones where we don't use do, did, or the verb to be. So we get them accustomed to this. The beginning of the hour, 5 to 10 minutes at least. 10 minutes at least. Role-playing, questioning, using the patterns, right? Weaving in and out. The 5th hour is today. It's much simpler. I made it that way so that we can begin to slow down a bit because some of these patterns are going to be used with our new patterns. We'll be using, instead of one pattern, as you see here, they'll be doubling up. And you'll see that with the reviews and as we question here. So we're going to go to lesson 5. And lesson 5, I go to here. There's 2 PDFs that will be used in the group. I first just want to show you this one. Now, it's all right, it's okay. People hear it 1,000 times. Very, very common pattern. As you can see here, it can be either used with a verb or with a sentence. The plus means just a positive sentence. So this is it all right to talk to her? Is it all right if he comes? Right? This is a little shorter. This is a little longer. This is more dynamic with a sentence because you can add a pattern. Is it all right if he can't go? With a negative. Is it all right if he wants to go with me? So this is a bit more dynamic. So I would begin here, have them answer you. Is it all right to go? It's all right to go. Is it okay to meet her? It's okay to meet her. Do that a number of times. Ask questions with what, where, when, and who. Who is it okay to see? It's okay to see him. Then I would move over to the sentence. Is it all right if he comes? Is it all right if they decide to leave? Is it all right if he's thinking of coming tonight? So your 2 patterns here. You're making it a bit more dynamic for them. This is the negative. Is it all right not to meet her? Is it all right not to talk to her? And the sentence. Is it all right if she doesn't plan on coming? This is then the opposite on the other side. It can be a little bit confusing because you're going between 3 patterns which seemingly are very, very similar, but in fact very, very different. So I would go through those. Then I would go back here and I would go to this PDF, print it out for them, give it to them. Because this will show them that there's also a very short form which has the same meaning. It's all right to come in. You can come in, you may come in, it's the same. Is it all right not to go? It's all right not to say that. It's all right not to give it to her. You don't have to give it to her. You don't need to. These are very similar. It isn't all right to do that. It's the same as you shouldn't do that. But I always teach this part first to develop a good familiarity and allow them to become comfortable with it. Then I do allow them to see the short form because they're also used in conversation. So that basically is your 5th hour. It's an hour of power. There's going to be a lot of magical moments as you're teaching the students, as you see their eyes welling up, they're getting it. It's really fantastic.